Scott Rickenbach from Doc Sports. Hockey is back. This is a Wednesday, October 8th game that I've got for you here. We're going to talk about the matchup, a big rivalry, the Battle of Alberta. This is Calgary and Edmonton to open up the season. What a way to open up the season for these two teams, as they do not like each other, longtime rivals. They're in the province of Alberta. And the line on this one is very pricey on Edmonton. Of course, they've been to the finals back-to-back years, Edmonton has, and fallen just short against Florida both years. But the line here is around a minus 225. This is as of Tuesday that I'm making this recording for this Wednesday, October 8th matchup. And the total is a 6. There is some 6.5 out there, but that's very juiced to the under. So we're going to talk about the total at 6. And then because this line is so pricey, I'll also mention that Edmonton on the goal line is a minus a goal and a half and about plus 110, plus 115. So you got to lay about plus 135, minus 135 on Calgary to have the plus 1.5 goals. We're going to get into that matchup and a free selection for you in just a moment. And speaking of free, I do want to mention the free 60 account that's available at Doc Sports. All new customers are eligible for this, a free 60 pick buying account that you can use to buy the selections from the capper of your choice. $60 to use as you wish. Go to docsports.com/free 60 and jump on board today. You'll be glad you did. You can't miss out on an offer like this. It's free money to work with to get some picks there and get rolling with docsports.com. Guys, this matchup, like I said, a huge rivalry. And last year, the Flames took the first game 4-1 between these teams, and the Oilers won 4-2, and the last one was 3-2 and decided in overtime. So they've had some relatively low-scoring games. What I'm looking at in this matchup too is that Calgary and Edmonton, the rivalry, you can't understand it unless you've been there and experienced it and understood how big it is to the fans there. I mean, it's a huge one that goes back many years. And when you have a situation like that, and you have two teams that don't like each other, and it's also the very first game of the season when guys are still getting their skating legs going. Of course, they've had preseason, but we all know how preseason works, no matter the sport. It's just different with the starting players. You don't want to risk injury. They don't see a whole lot of ice time in the preseason. So it takes a little time to get up to speed when you first start the season. And I think we're going to see a pretty tight matchup here, just like we saw last season. I mean, in their 3 games, none of them top 6, and 2 of them finished with 5 goals. So I'm looking at the under in this matchup for the Wednesday night hockey. That's Calgary and Edmonton to finish under 6 goals. Like I said, there is some 6.5 out there, as I mentioned at the front of the recording here, but that is very heavily juiced to the under. So we're going to stick with the main line that's out there as of Tuesday, the dominant number, and that's a 6. And hopefully we get 5 or less. But if it's 6, we get a push. But I think we're going to see a really tight, low-scoring matchup here. Again, there's a ton of offensive skill, especially on the Edmonton side, but it's going to take some time for everybody to start clicking and be on the same page right away at the start of a season. So just keep that in mind, and let's look for a really tight battle here between these two to open up the season and a low-scoring finish here. Under 6 goals in Edmonton is your free pick for the Wednesday hockey action coming from Alberta for that one up in Canada. So before I go, don't forget, free 60 account. Take advantage of that, free 60 for all new customers. And also make sure you subscribe so you get notified here. You'll get notified when we post new videos. A lot of great content from all the fine handicappers at docsports.com. Free information. And by subscribing, you get notified. You can check out all those videos, including my daily videos here at docsports.com. I'm Scott Rickenbach, wishing you the best of luck.